Hi, all. I know it's been a few weeks, but life has happened. That's how the garden's going. It's been a little over 2 weeks since my last video, but life got in the way. I got 13 ticks when I went and saw my sister and played in her garden in the creek, even though, yes, I did spray. and then I came home and we harvested the garlic, and I got a couple more. And out of all those tick bites, 4 of them decided they were going to get infected. Weepy, and then I had to take all that medicine the doctor put me on. And I couldn't be outside in the sun, direct sunlight. So I couldn't really do much with the garden about in the evening. And then the medicine they put me on made me sick. And even worse, I started blistering all over my body. So I definitely didn't go outside. And then we spent a week in Florida visiting my in-laws and just got back. Our neighbors were watering and trying to take care of our garden, but we had several thunderstorms that came through and wreaked havoc on quite a few of our plants. And then while I was gone, squash beetles and cucumber beetles have invaded. So today I am going to be spreading diatomaceous earth on everything this morning before I mow, and then this evening I will water. I might water depending on the rain, but that's how outside is looking. We've got quite a bit of tomatoes. I picked 12 to 13 yesterday. Most of them were white, since they are prone to get bugs attacking them first. But I've got it come through here. I've noticed I've gotten some blight. And I've got to stake these up. I trimmed quite a bit last night so I could water. But everybody is just humongous. But that's how those are outside tomatoes. I've noticed where I planted this basil out here, I've seen less of the bugs on near this set of tomatoes versus the side that doesn't have the basil. So I know they say to plant that, it helps deter bugs along with some other things. And I'm thinking next year I may plant basil up and down around my tomatoes. So they are just getting big, jungle-ish. Okra that I'm growing for my sister and a few friends, they have finally recovered and recouped from that damn freaking skunk. And they'll be getting big. The cucumbers, while we were gone, these space makers have decided they don't want to crawl up. They want to crawl on the ground, so I'm trying to get them to go up the fencing. But some of them have. And then the straight 8 has decided it was going to go both ways. And then the one over here, the Japanese, one did survive out of the 6 from the skunk, and it is climbing up the sunflower. We've got about 12 cucumbers inside the house right now, so it's enough to get me at least 3 jars for pickles. So some plants have died because our neighbors did try the best to keep an eye on them. We did find a couple that were completely hidden and yellow, and those plants did die along with the help of the beetles. So like this one I didn't get to. It was so hot last night and humid, so I will have to get through here today. Our peppers are starting to get really big. Almost all of them have peppers on them. A lot of them have bounced back from the damn skunk from making it a buffet. Even the 2 little reapers he ate in half. He got. But everybody is full. And so maybe this year won't be such a fucking bust. Oh. And the tomato plant that was planted by the birds, don't know what it is yet, but it's getting bigger. I'm going to need to stake that soon. There's the 2 reapers. Now the cucumbers are going to try to take it over. But yes, in 2 weeks, when I wasn't sure if they were even going to survive, they've bounced back. So, like that cucumber, he's already attacked the okra. Which is fine, because the okras get so big, I just need it to grow a little bit more. With the high winds that we got, there were several tornadoes in our area, so I knew I would have some damage. And yeah, but you can see the beetles have gone to town. But that's why I plant so many zucchini plants, because of that reason. And my yellow squash, I just picked 2 yesterday, and I've got 2 more going. Sherry Eats have gotten tall. I did weed whack before I left. So, but I'm going to have to do it again today. But the Sherry Eats have all doing really good. I did lose a shito plant, so that leaves me 3 now that have. The skunk took out 2. 1 died. I don't know what it did it. It died in the bucket, so that's my only Shinto left. So I got to baby that. I'm looking forward to tasting these. These are the Italian sweets. They're called Carmen. They turn red. I've got 6 of these plants, 7, I think. But I'm really looking forward, because since I'm having trouble getting my habanadas going, it will give me, something sweet and different pepper. All these bells are doing really good in here. Most of these are colored, and so I've got to trim the bottom still, but they're doing really good. These Italian zucchinis are taking a beating from the beetles. That's another reason I've got to get out here and diatomaceous earth this morning. So, I did lose that whole row of watermelons. Even the seeds wouldn't come back. I'm at this point, I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. But these watermelons are doing good. I do got to go through and do count back all that hack about taking off so much leaves in the top part and leaving the sides. I just was watching videos on it. It's something I didn't know about. It's a little hack, I guess, to get bigger watermelons. So I'm going to try it. I have 4 canary plants. 1, 2, 3, and maybe 5. Those 2 little ones decided to pop. Out of 2 rows, and the skunk eating them so many times. But I haven't had any issues with the skunk lately anymore, because I guess everything's too mature now. But hopefully I can get several canary melons. Cantaloupe and honeydew, I don't know. I planted seeds, but I'm out. I went through all my honeydew seeds. Can't even find honeydew seeds anymore right now. So I planted some more before I left. I've got cantaloupe that's trying. Acorn squash has just said, I'm done. I'm here. Look at me grow, grow, grow. Everything I replanted with acorn has come back. It started trying to go through the tomatoes, and I've got to get it turning back this way. So the acorn, butternut squash is still trying to come, even though it has a nice big flower. It's tiny. So I'm just hoping these guys survive enough. We've got some massive bad heat coming, and so keep your fingers crossed. All the marigolds are starting to pop without that skunk coming in here anymore. Hopefully I'll have more marigolds. And then of my eggplants, the corn flea beetle has stopped eating for the most part. I sprayed the heck out of it with neem oil, but I am going to do diatomaceous earth on them also. But I do have 2 eggplants. This one I'll be probably picking today or tomorrow. I don't like mine getting too big, because I'm the only one that eats them. And so that is almost perfect size for me to cut up with squash and zucchini. So, but that's how the outside is going. I did lose like 6 sunflowers, but out here, but with the high winds, my neighbors tried the best they could. But it's been, I guess they said it was either extremely hot or it was raining and storming the whole time we were gone. So, but some pumpkins are still going. I've got the gourds. Some gourds have come. But I'm at this point, I'm just frustrated with that skunk and our late starts and everything. So I'm done planting other, stuff to keep going, like the kohlrabi and cucumbers. I will keep them going. But everything else, I'm about done trying to start. But if I will probably start some more zucchinis, because the inside ones did not do too well. We'll go inside with the storms and the beetles. And the big planter has the having trouble with ants. Oh, over here, wildflower's still going good. Of all the storms, I've got different places that the tops have snapped off. I've got them soaking in nice wet dirt just to get them a good root base going again. And then I'll plant those probably over here. These 3 Amishes, as they do, Amish just go wild. They just, as much as you want to try to control them, they just go. And these 3 that we plant against the fence, we always just let them go crazy. I try to keep the bottoms trimmed up, but I just string and stake and let it go to town. And last year we probably got 100 to 200 off of the fence Amishes last year, and they've got tomatoes and they're starting to grow really good. Over here, the potatoes. This one has probably got another few weeks. The foliage is starting to die down. So, and this one was a month and a half behind the ones inside. So this one we figure a few more weeks. This one, it's got at least another month because it started way late. The kohlrabi is pretty much harvested here, besides a few transplants. So once these get their ball and I harvest them, we're gonna just irrigate this and get it all cleaned up, because I just cut and snipped, so I got to get all the roots out and get this ready, and we're going to start kohlrabi again. Sweet potatoes, they have gone wild. Even though I'm trying to trellis them, they have hit the fence and growing through the fence. But these guys got definitely a few more months. And same with these 2 kohlrabi. Once these get their ball finished, that one's already started, we'll get it going and prepped and ready to get more kohlrabi going. But that's the outside garden. Let's go inside. I did lose several sunflowers in here. Like I said, my neighbors tried their best. So, but we've got a morning glory deciding just to grow up. I can't remember these flowers. I'll remember them as soon as they bloom. They're comebackies. I honestly don't remember. I need to write the stuff down. But they usually bloom late summer, early fall. Thistles are starting to turn. So they're still soft, but they're brown. So, sorry bees, I will be hopefully harvesting some of those seeds. So Danny, you'll be getting some once I do. The zucchini beds in here, my neighbor took off like 4 or 5 while we were gone. But you can see how the wind just kind of blew the hell out of them. And then the beetles started getting it. But this is the one that had I noticed ants. So this is why, like I said, I plant so many zucchini plants. That way, if I do have issues, I will get enough for my holiday baking. These cucumbers here, I think they're about done, even though they do show signs. This plant, the 3 were in here, down to 1. Everybody's pretty much down to 1 plant. The other ones have died off, beetles, but the one that's still going, we do have cucumbers. I'll probably hit that again with some banana juice and my yeast bath, and that will help them go in here. The peppers here, the hot side Sherry No Eats, are all loaded. They finally got all their peppers. And that habanero is just loaded. Just like 60 peppers on there. We did have our first 2 reapers. Mark has picked already. But the hots are there. And they are growing. Now look how big that reaper is. It's a gigantor. So even though a lot of the peppers that we have in our salsas and cowboy candy I won't have this year, I'm still trying to get them growing. My peach pepper, my Chinese 5, my Armageddon, my Death Spiral, my chocolate reaper, chocolate scorpion, I'm just having the hell of a time. They grow, and then I get them an inch, 2 inches, and they just crap out on me. So these potatoes, I got to backfill this one and get mulch on it, but the wind kind of wreaked havoc on them. I did plant 4 white potato slips. 2 died, but I've got a bunch in the greenhouse that are roaring to go. So, this one looks like watermelon plant. It gave me a bunch of watermelons, and I picked off the smaller ones and let the big ones go. But when I came back, they were all mush. So I think this plant's about done, but we still got 2 going strong. So keep your fingers crossed on those. The wasabi radishes were probably taken today. The wind, you can see the wind wreaked havoc, and the ones that fell on the ground, the squirrels already decapitated. So, but these are all bird drop-in ones. But I do still have quite a few sunflowers out through the yard. So, and these kohlrabis have all started getting their balls. That's why I've got to get the next round going, because Mark eats those quickly. But that's this side. The tomato side and Sherry eats took a bit of damage. So I lost that one pepper that started coming back from last year. It had put out foliage, but then it was dead when I came home. And it sucks because I was hoping that was my habanero from last year. I got plenty of jalapenos, but habaneros not so much. There's my other Carmen in here. My orange peppers are starting to turn. So the yellows and reds are following, but bell peppers in here are doing really well. We figured out mystery tomato is a Cherokee. I got to get in here and cut this as we had damage, blight. So I did the best I could yesterday. We got home yesterday morning about 6:30 in the morning and came out and did much as I could. And I worked a little bit last night, getting everything up to the poles and trimming the best I could. But it was just so humid. Spider web. But these guys are all full. I took off about 10 tomatoes out of them yesterday. So Mark has tomatoes for this week. Over here, that's another tomato that top broke off. Got it going. So, but I did harvest quite a bit, believe it or not. I harvest a lot of the herbs, and I took them to Florida, and my nieces were going over them. Like this one, it just didn't bounce back, so I'll have to cut that. But everything survived for the most part. And the cucumbers here, it's this bucket here that I saw a bunch of squash or cucumber beetles coming out of when I was watering. So this is where I'm going to get the base and some of the foliage, trying to stay away from the flowers and get them all done to hopefully kill those beetles. But we do have quite a few cucumbers, but I lost, let's see, this whole bucket is gone. And I'm down to one in here. And then there was another bucket down here that they got lost. So I lost a couple plants that I cut it off. So that they're just dying. So I've got to get them treated. But the whites are still, keep your fingers crossed. They're like, oh, this one is just crapping out. Ah, oh, damn it. It's just, okay, well, one whole white is still growing. Keep your fingers crossed. Mark may get a white cucumber this season. I'll have to just douse that with diatomaceous earth and let it sit for a few days and then try to replant again. So, but cucumbers I try to keep going all summer into the fall. Oh, that one's doing good. Oh, it's soft. It's not prickly anymore, so I'll get that off. Let's see. Can I get it off? Well, maybe not. I'll have to go get my shears. Usually I could just pick them right off. I know you're not supposed to do that, but nope. Here we go. Mark. Another one will either go in Mark's lunch or first round of pickles. So that's pretty much how the inside's going with us being gone. Oh, I did get 2 new hummingbird feeders with the bee guard. Not the ant guard, but the bee guard. So that's been making the hummingbirds happy. So I'm getting powdery mildew. I'm going to have to get that treated. But yeah. Not being able to get out here every day for, 4 to 6 hours, it's kind of been hard. So, but these are what I have left of peppers that I'm trying to get. One of them is a habanada, but this, when we came back, that was my peach, and that was my chocolate reaper. But the non-hots, cherry eats, are still going good, and these not so well. That's the apocalypse, and that is the death spiral. So that one that's suffering is, oh, that's another cherry eats, dragon roll. Oh, what's that one? Nada. I've got plenty of damn nadas. Habanada. Oh, the lemon dream. That's a hot one. And purple cayenne. Remember last year, I had so many purple cayennes. There were tons of them. But this year, I can't get them growing. Some of you don't know what diatomaceous earth is. What I'm talking about is this. It's for organic gardening, and you don't want to get it near your blooms because it will hurt and kill the bees. But basically, it just dries the bugs out. It kills them. Anything exoskeleton and stuff, it will just literally, it will wipe them out. But you got to be careful not to breathe it in because it is a clay kind of mixed earth. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And then let me go in my messy greenhouse. Any of my local friends that want some white sweet potatoes, slips, I've got you. I've got them. They're ready. So I need to get more water in there. And then I've got more I've got to get going. So if you're local and you want some white sweet potato slips, let me know. And I will bring some over. I'm going to try to get these planted today, some of them. Oh, let's come here, my messiness. Yes, it's messy. Critters got in here while we were gone, knocking stuff down. I just haven't got it all cleaned up yet. So, my messy backyard. But, oh, something in the shed. It must be a bird or a squirrel. But that's, sorry for the delay on getting an update. That life happened, like I said, and hopefully gardening will look healthier and happier next week. So, and I want to say a shout out to my 2 nieces, Christina and Jennifer, who've been watching now. Uncle Mark showed them my videos, and Mom and Pop, he saved my channel to their YouTube channel. I didn't realize my in-laws had YouTube. But hello, Christina, Jen, Mom and Pop. I love you. It was good to see you this last week. All right, guys. I will see you all next week. Have a good week. Bye.